What's good, Sixers fans? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II, and y'all are tuned into your dose to chalk it up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta chalk it to the game. As you guys already know, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and please go check out the Chalk It Up merch shop as well. All the links to support the channel are available in the description below, so please don't go away. Click the links, and without further ado, let's hop right into the content. Now, the Philadelphia 76ers, they had a pretty good showing last night. Joel Embiid did exactly what Joel Embiid does. That man is just simply unguardable. Simply, it's really not too complicated. It don't matter what time of day it is. It don't matter, how that man is feeling. The dude is bound to drop 25 plus points on you. And let's just be frank about it. In 26 minutes, the dude put up 36 points on 10 of 17 shooting from the field, 2 or 3 from the three-point line, and 14 to 15 from the free throw line. 7 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, only 1 turnover, and only committed 1 personal foul. So the dude was playing great defense all night. He didn't even have to play the fourth quarter to close his game out. The Sixers ended up beating the Mavericks 113-95, and that completes the season sweep. We played them before, and we beat them 111-97 last time. So it's pretty much an identical score. We pretty much had their numbers, and both games we beat them without Porzingis. Now, it would have been nice to see Porzingis and Joel Embiid face off, but I think we know who the better overall player is. Joel Embiid's game will, it ceases to amaze me. He just finds ways to score different. He finds different ways to score every single time. He can get you off the block. He can beat you off the baseline. He has that dream shake. Shout out to Hakeem Olajuwon. Able to pull up from the perimeter. Able to pull up off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? Able to pull up off of the inbound pass. He just has so many tools, so many weapons in his repertoire, and you have to respect that guy from beginning, middle, and you can't put a hand on him because he will get that foul. He knows how to draw the foul. He's such a virtuoso when it comes to drawing the foul. Whenever you reach in slightly, he knows how to hook you and just get that ball up, and you commit it. As a matter of fact, I believe he forced 8 fouls on 3 of the Mavericks players within the span of 1 quarter, I believe, or the first half. Nonetheless, Willie Cauley-Stein couldn't do anything with the guy whatsoever. Willie Cauley-Stein honestly, I never really was high on Willie Cauley-Stein. At one point I was when he first was drafted, but he has since then, in my opinion, really been overall a disappointment when it comes to just what the expectations were for him when he first was drafted. But he couldn't do anything with Joel Embiid at all. Like I said, freaking Korkmaz did his thing. He was 4 of 7 from the three-point line, dropping 20 points, a season high. Tobias Harris put up 10. Ben Simmons had 8 points, 6 boards, 7 assists. I gotta admit, when it comes to Ben Simmons, he has been disappointing me lately. And I got a lot of respect for Ben Simmons. Y'all see the jersey right here? I love the guy. You know what I'm saying? But Ben Simmons, he just has to step his weight up. He has to up the ante. When you have the mismatch, take advantage. When you clearly have the size advantage, go. There were multiple times where I saw him pass up wide open layups, wide open dunks, and he just kept kicking it out. Granted, he was hitting guys from 3, and the team was pretty much hot from 3 pretty early. But I don't know what's really going on with Ben Simmons. I've always been a supporter of his. It's getting harder and harder to, defend him, knowing that he's not being aggressive. This is the several game in a row where he hasn't put up more than 16 points. This is the multiple game in a row where he hasn't taken double-digit shots. And I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that pace of play. Now, I do understand that he gives you a lot. He's a top defender in this league, if not the best defender in this NBA. He's probably a league candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. He most likely leads the league in three-point shots created off of assists, or he leads the league in assists, assisted three-pointers, I should say. I'm a fan. He gets boards, but he doesn't score enough for me. He doesn't score in different ways enough for me. He can get to the rim, but he just continues to pass out of it. He can get to the rim with anybody he wants, but he's not finishing, and that's a problem. We're going to have to up the ante when we play Brooklyn, tomorrow. We're gonna have to up the ante when we play these teams in the playoffs. Brooklyn is scoring. They have no problem putting up the numbers. Defense, that's another conversation for them. But when you're able to put up points like that, defense is irrelevant. I'm sorry, but when you're able to put up points at will like that, your team's defense that's not even your main thing. But the Sixers, they're one of the top defensive teams. But I don't know if they can stop a team like Brooklyn in a 7-game series, knowing that Ben Simmons won't do what you need him to do on the offensive end. He's a playmaker. He gets people in position. You've seen his value. You've seen when Ben Simmons is not on the court, it seems like guys don't know where they need to be. You've seen it. But, you know, Simmons needs to score more. He needs to be more aggressive. At this point, I don't care how you're putting the points up. I just need you to put points up when they matter. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And, you know, I'm severely past the notion that Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid can't play together. I'm past that notion. They can play together. Now it comes down to Ben Simmons' level of aggression. Is he willing to put the points up? Is he willing to be aggressive on the offensive end besides, you know, passing and setting people up and setting screens? Because he does on the dirty work for you. He's never afraid to get dirty. And I love that about him. But, you know, he needs to put points up. I'm not concerned about Tobias Harris. You know, he's been in a slump these past few games, but I know Tobias Harris is going to show up. Tobias Harris has been balling all year. You know, he's averaging above 20 points per season. I'm sorry, he's averaging above 20 points per game this season, But, you know, the Sixers, the road is still very long. I know we lead the East when it comes to the record with the #1 seed, but, you know, Brooklyn is right behind us. They're only a half game behind, and, you know, we split the series so far. This is the 3rd game in that series, and if we win this game, we win the season. We win the season series, but that might be a game that decides who ends up being the #1 seed. So, you know, it looks like the Sixers and the Brooklyn Nets are on a collision course for the Eastern Conference Finals. I personally don't believe in the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't believe in the Toronto Raptors. I don't believe in the Miami Heat. You know, I don't believe in the Indiana Pacers. You know, I don't believe in the New York Knicks in the long haul. You know, the Atlanta Hawks. I don't believe in Boston or Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? LaMelo Ball pretty much is done. He might make it back for the playoffs. You know, the only teams in the East, in my opinion, who have a legit shot at making the finals are the Sixers or the Brooklyn Nets. Like I said, I don't believe in the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they're pretenders, if I'm being completely honest with you. Giannis needs to learn how to do anything other than a Euro step. He needs to add more skills to his repertoire. The Sixers, I think they're just a better team overall. And, you know, Brooklyn, they are what they are as well, with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden, LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. That team is just pretty much loaded. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited they got that win over the Dallas Mavericks. And again, we need to see more out of Ben Simmons. It's just that simple. I need Doc Rivers to pull more out of him. Joel Embiid is going to continue to do what Joel Embiid does. And Tobias Harris, he will get out of his slump. Steph Curry and Danny Green, the threes will fall. You know, that's the bottom line. They know how to make threes when, you know, when it matters most. So, you know, we'll see what happens. That's all I have for you guys when it comes to the Sixers in that Dallas Mavericks game. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and y'all have been tuned into your dose to chalk it up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, and let's go Sixers.